righty, Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Well, whatever number came out, it definitely made it happier. I can see that on the stock market. I see some strength. I noted there was an 815 number we had. That was the employment number, for ADP employment. And obviously at 8:30 there was another one. Just in other words, another last minute ago, and we'll see how that all plays out. And then from there we have the employment number at the end of the week, the big one for the month of October. So that should be even more interesting from there. Oh, we got lots of people up on the. What's Mountain doing? Yo, Mountain. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that. Cable monthly reverse has monthly triple bottom. Euro monthly reverse has monthly triple bottom. See, Aussie weekly ABC buy pattern. Whoa, you're working hard today. I like that. Let's see. Kiwi pattern conclusion. Sell in the dollar. Let's see. Loonie weekly double top. Weekly double top pattern. It's a yen double top. Yeah, that could be that, couldn't it? Pattern strongly suggests to sell U.S. dollar today before 2 p.m. Okay, well that's interesting. Let's take a look at all of it at this point. Let's see. Let's start off. That's good. You gave us some food to play with. I like that. Let's take a look at this stuff. I like that. Anything is better than nothing as far as I'm concerned, traders. You have an opinion or an idea or a thought or whatever. Just fire it out. Let's take a look at them. Take them apart. All right. Let's go to. We'll slide away from the dollar index at the moment. And let's get it up over here too. We're not even screen sharing in, are we? Okay, let's get that going also. There we are. There's the dollar index also. You can see, it's a little bit higher today than yesterday. You can see it's lifting up again. That was yesterday's number. It's delayed. The first on Mondays they're right, and then after that it goes kaputzi. I talked to them yesterday. I was actually talking with them about straightening this out. Get this straightened out, the bottom, the center thing there. Now let's move over to here. There's the Turkish lira. Well, it's kind of sitting quiet in it. All right, now let's go take a look at, what was that first one? Mountain's talking about, I thought it was a cable or a euro. I thought it was cable first. Yes, there it is, cable. Let's take a look at the cable. Right there. There's the cable. And what are you saying? It's a cable. Monthly reverse H&S monthly triple bottom. Okay, well, it looks like it. That's for sure. There's a bottom there. There's a higher low there. And now there's a lower low there. And what are you thinking? Triple, it gives us a third one. And then it takes off? Right? That's what you're saying. 3, triple. Right? Not 2. So right here, let's do this. So right here is a low, okay? And then right here is the second low, right there. There's your second low, but it's still a higher low. But it didn't take out the first low. I thought the triple lows. So we need another low, right? Is that what you're saying on the cable? Let's see what you have to say here. Pattern strong. So I'm waiting for Mountain to come back on that one. Because I'm a little confused on the triple low. Is that a monthly triple low? You're saying on a monthly chart? Is that what it is? Let's put the cable up on a monthly chart up on J4X at the same time and see if there's a triple low already. Let's see. We'll go like this. We'll make it bigger. Triple low. Cable. Cable right there. There's cable. You're saying on a monthly maybe? There's the monthly. So there's well, they'd have to take out this low to make it a triple low, right? Because all the lows were higher lows, all here on the monthly. There's now you got a second, you got a low now. Okay, so there's a low there, and this might be a low also. So these 3 months being triple lows, is that what that is? Is that what you're saying? Those 3 triple lows? Hello? Hello? Let's see how much of a delay I have. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I gotta just push it down further. That's what it is. There we go. Okay, so Mountain says trades like this only come around once in 10 years. Okay, monthly chart. I will get the dates. Well, see them up on the screen here. There's J4X. Let's remove the hinkies. Let me remove the hinky ASCII bars. Right there. And so you can see, I don't know anything about this box. Maybe we can remove that. Remove this box. What is this box? Fibonacci. Okay, how do I remove that? Display, remove, hide. Label, levels. Hide maybe? There we go. Alright, so there it is right there. So what we have is, what's this? Is that a line? So there's a monthly low that took out this low. Then there's a monthly low that took out that low. And now we're taking out this low, I guess. That's what you're saying right there. Isn't it kind of a little off still? Looks like it hasn't taken out the low yet. But you're saying basically keep the eye on that, because if it takes that low out, the next turn up is going to be bullish like this one right here. Is that what you're saying? Let's see, November 16th to September 16th of 2016. November 16th to September. Okay, let's go back to that. There it is right there. November 6th, like these guys here. There's a low, there's a low. That's not a low, there's a low. There's 3 lows in 5 months. So you're saying a move like this is basically building to be like this. That's what you're saying. But how do you get from 2 p.m.? You're thinking that there's going to be a major shift in the market at 2 p.m. because of Mr. Powell? Okay. Interesting. Now, what was the other one? Euro, right? Let's take a look at the euro. There's the euro. Okay. And you can see right here, there's 2 lows. There's a 3 low. There's 3 lows right there. It's already over with, right? Okay, so this is going to take it up this afternoon at 2 p.m. or just that's the beginning of it all. I guess that's the beginning of it all, right? That's what you're thinking. Okay. Let's see. And same thing going on with a bunch of other products too. Let's see with the yen. I want to see the yen. The yen should be like banging against the ceiling, you know? Yeah. Well, right there. You know, you can see that right there. You can see it's definitely doing that. That's taken off. That's looking way more stronger than any of the others. It, you know, it's a matter of fact. Where is it at on the chart? Right there. Yeah, it's pushing into the sell today. The weekly is still looking half alive. Let's show you that. You see that? There's the weekly right there. Still holding up in the buy by 0.00021. And the daily is trying to push down into the sell at the moment. Let's see. Mountain says, yes, is 151, very high double to weekly chart. Yeah, I'll tell you, that yen is fascinating, just fascinating. Let's go back to that again. There's the yen. Look at that. I'm more concerned about the William O'Neill Cup and Saucer, where it comes down to the 40, maybe it comes down to 44, 45, and then starts to climb, takes out these two, and takes off to a new like 50 and 60-year high, that type of thing. That would be my deep concern right there. Now here's one right here. Here's your William O'Neill Cup, and kind of comes and plays with that. But it never challenges the bottom. But it took what, 5 years for it to take off. So that's a little too long. It would have been nice if this would have been the takeoff right in here. That would have been the William O'Neill thing. So this thing could go on for years before it finally breaks that top. When you're looking at the yen that way. And then who else was up there? He gave us the yen, and you got the New Zealand. Well, I trust you on all those. Yeah, we can do the New Zealand. Let's do New Zealand. That's the New Zealand dollar. Yes. There it is, right there. I guess there's a low, but it hasn't made a new low yet. And then let's go over to you see there it's trying to lift up again, showing more strength. It's been bouncing around in the buy for 3 days now. Weekly is minus still. Interesting products. Interesting. The big game today is 2 o'clock, isn't it? Pattern strongly suggests to sell dollar today before 2 p.m. Okay. Well, we'll be able to look at this tomorrow and get a fix on how it all played out. Let's see. Did you check the weekly chart of the yen and loonie? Yep. Want me to do it again? I can do it again. I was just talking about the William O'Neill handle on the cup. Okay, there we go. Let's go back to there's the yen. There's the loonie right there. Now that's, let me see, what are you saying about the loonie again? The loonie is, let me read what you said about the loonie. Loonie weekly double top. Oh, weekly. Okay. Oh no, wait a minute. Kiwi. That's what it is. Kiwi. ABC buy pattern conclusion. Sell dollars. Let's see. ABC. So this is A. This is B. A failed C. Is that what you're saying? And then it's gonna take off. Is that what it is? It's a failed C. I'll wait to see what you have to say about that. Double tops on both. You mean like right there and right there? I guess. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't. I just follow the math more than anything else. But I do watch I know this. What you're looking at, a lot of people look at. So you know that it's going to have some sway or some push or some direction on those products. We know that, because a lot of people around the world are paying attention to them like you are. I ever since 2008 and the quantitative easing, I don't take any of these patterns too seriously. But we do know one thing. The technical analysis is way more accurate now than ever before since, after the financial collapse going into the end of 2008, the Obama era, I guess you could call it. I don't, at this point, I don't doubt that the technical analysis is more accurate. I'm not sure how much of influence it'll be because central banks now keep these things under control more. But like look at the yen. Let's go back to the yen because that is really kind of telling. Here's a technical. No, not there. Kill that. Here's the yen. Where's the yen? Dollar yen right there. Okay. There's the yen. And last time it did here's the cup right there, pretty obvious, just like this is the cup. It's a William O'Neill from Investors Business Daily theory. And here's the cup. And then there's your handle right there. And it kind of goes on for 5 years before it finally breaks out. So, in other words, it could take 3 years for this thing to break out and take out the double top. So when it comes to the to the yen, yeah, that's I hear you. You're awakening us to this monthly pattern situation. We'll keep an eye on it and see. In the end result is that I guess it comes down to the individual, how long they trade and what type of pain they can take. Myself, I'm a weekly, daily, combined with options, so I look at it that way. Other people look at it differently, or however they look at it. So in other words, would you be in that position now for like the next 5 years with the yen, possibly, or 4 years? We build a position that you can afford. Is that what it is? Okay. So, let you think about that for a while. I don't think you should answer it like instantly. It's up to you. You'll know. See, double top signal sell to me. Okay. So, do you trade it for like months now, or how's that work? With that, we will see later. Okay. Yeah. I follow the weekly and dailies with it. So I guess every time we go into a daily and weekly sell, it'll be a better short than anything else compared to a buy, or vice versa, following the double top system itself. All right. Now, then from there, I guess we'll go back to the dollar index. Let's go check out the dollar index on a daily again. But yeah, you've woken us up to some real good action coming. There's no doubt about that. Do I believe that there's good action coming? Yes, definitely. I really do. I think you're right. And the double tops and stuff like that may be starting to exemplify that. And could today be the beginning, like November 1st, the beginning of a topping of the dollar finally, after all this time? Look at the dollar index. It's already topped up here at the 114. But could this be the big A? Could this be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an ABC 5? And now we're doing an ABC up. It'll stall. It won't take out this area here of the 107, 108s, and then it'll find new lows and go after the 95. Maybe something like that. That makes sense. I would think. Remember, I believe that the economic structure of the country is going to change back to Mr. Trump's era type of thing. So I would expect to find a dollar, backing off a little bit more, interest rates dropping, that type of thing. So that would make sense to me. I've been looking for that for a long while now. Unfortunately, Mr. Biden has, forced inflation and interest rates to go flying up. So, yeah, I agree with you there. So maybe November 1st could be a major spot now for the next, few years. Could be. We'll see. With all those double tops and stuff like that. Without a doubt, maybe the month of November will be it, Mountain? the month of November might be the actual thing itself. The top. All right. From there, we're going to go over to the euro. Let's check out the euro again. And there is the euro. You can see it's showing some weakness today. It's trying to get into the buy. That's fitting with your double top thing going on. So that's the action we're seeing there. Same thing on J4X. Right there. So we're not really seeing, let's see, let's widen that out a little bit. And the hinkies are turned off for the moment. Let's turn them back on. So it's trying to get into the sell also right there, just like it is on our work. And that weekly is, I think it's been in a weekly for a week already. Let's see. Here's your weekly. Yeah. So tried to get in there last week. Let's see. That's, what is that? That is 38. And I think we looked at this yesterday. All right. And that's 32. So it's jumped into the buy last week when it comes to the way we follow it through the J4X. No, that makes sense. But you said if you put a definition in there, you said sell the dollar by 2 o'clock today. That's the only reason I'm saying that. That's the only reason I'm saying that. You said sell it by 2 p.m. today. Let's see where we go from here. So from here, let's go take a look at the cable again. Right there. The cable's pushing down again today also. You see here, the cable's still in a daily buy for us for 3 days. It's lower, that's all, today. And it's dropped underneath the weekly. It was trying to get through the weekly for the last 2 days, but it's failing. We're at minus 0.00092. That's when the traders get active at 2. Okay. I don't have an opinion. They're going to get active today at 2. I agree with you. You're dead right. Yep, we'll just see. We know that. Okay, so 2 p.m. you sell the dollar because of the double tops you're seeing, or is it you just sell the dollar because the Fed is speaking? I'm just trying to stay with what you're asking, or what you're telling us. That's all. Nothing more than that. I don't have an opinion. I don't have a dog in that fight. I'm just paying attention to what you said. So I'm just trying to understand it and being able to, communicate it and have a conversation about it. Nothing more than that. I'm not, that's it. I don't have a dog in that fight. I'm not following the double top and so forth. To me, I recognize it as a major, was a pattern. It's a major pattern. People talk about double tops and double bottoms and triple tops and triple bottoms. And sometimes they come, it's like gaps, filling gaps, that type of thing. Oh, no, I think everybody's going to be trading at 2 p.m. I think stock traders will be trading at it. Energy traders will be. Everybody's going to be. Bond traders, they're all going to be trading. I don't think it's just currency traders at 2 p.m. are going to be trading actively. I think they're all going to be flying and playing. Let's see. So from there, what do? We go over to, which is interesting, is the cable is just kind of flirting with nothing. It's sideways. It's all sideways. Which, let me say this about that sideways action for the last 25, 30 days. It fits with those double tops and double bottoms and triple tops and triple bottom patterns. Throughout the decades, I have seen that happen where you get into this lull. They call it a lull, where it gets slow. And it's usually can be a major turning point for months and months and months. So It fits with what Mountain is talking about. So you're not far. You're not off the hunt. Let's put it that way. You're definitely on the path. What do we got here? So. Where are we at? Here is the Swiss dollar. Swiss finally breaking down after yesterday's punch. Look at that. We were very curious about this whole thing. Why the Swiss is getting beat up over the last. It's gone from 89 to 91 in 6 days. I thought the thing was, it was all calmed down, all straightened out financially, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it starts up again, like when the Credit Suisse problem occurred. So I'm a little surprised there. And then at the same time, we saw the yen doing the same exact thing, going up to 45-year highs. Did they take out yesterday or today? They must have taken out. Did they take? Let's check it out. I'm not going to ask. Okay. Here, let me point this out. Let's take a look at dollar yen, and let's see if they took out the high from right there. Okay, so there's the high there of 150.20, 151. Let me put my glasses on. 151.946. Is that what it is? Yeah. So it's 946. Okay. And I think we went to 88. Is that what it is? This went to 151.73. So just almost took out the top and backed off a little bit here today. And then today's high is 61.66. Yesterday's high is 73. So right there, 73. And then way back there is 98. 98, I think it is. See, we went into a weekly sell a couple weeks later. Right there. 51.94, basically 95. And we went into a daily sell that day. And then it went into the buy here. And then the second daily sell right there was a real charmer. And we closed that week in the sell, no less. So that was more smacking and knocking and going down, and that was pretty interesting. Let's see. Mountain says the J4X charts show whether they took out high. It is written on the chart. Ah, okay. So that. No. Let's go back to that. Let's make it bigger. Dollar yen. $151.94 and $151.71 or 72. So no, it didn't take it out. Interesting. Okay. Just like the charts over here. Thank you. Notice when I put the other one up there, it takes out the one right there. Cool. And that low there, 127.28. Interesting. All right. So one thing's for sure, I find all this action right now extremely deafening. It's loud. It's telling us something's going on. Now this morning here you come in and you start talking about double tops and triple tops and double bottoms and triple top bottoms. You're seeing it now too. There's something going on. I mean, it's getting noise. It's so loud with no sound. That's what it is. It's so loud with no sound, and so you're definitely spotting something that's brewing. Your enthusiasm is commendable, and I'm glad you're doing it. Mentioning it all because it's well worth paying attention to. Because 4 months from now, when we're we're looking at these indices and we see them, if they've turned, we're going to be like, yep, there it was. We were all talking about it, and Mountain brought it to the cyber trading pit here, and we started taking it apart and thinking about it. I myself will go, oh, look at it. It went into a weekly sell, and it's been a weekly sell for 3 months. That type of thing. I'll just be following the math to it. But you've awakened the warning. That's pretty much it. Okay. All right. So now from there, let's move over to where do we move over to? All right. All right. Now from there, let's see. We were looking at the yen. So when we get to the yen, we go over to the Turkish lira. We saw the Turkish lira is kind of like stumbling and doing nothing. Yeah, it's just going back up to challenging, all-time highs, that type of thing. What else can we say about this? I guess there's not much pressure more than that. Just the fact that the currency is trading at almost 30. That alone is, you shake your head at that stuff. A currency 10 years ago or 8 years ago was trading at 1. It's now trading at 30. Woo. Economic issues for sure in that country. Let's go over to the South African Rand. The biggest brick in the world is the South African Rand. We'll go check it out. There we are. And you see that it's still moving down today. Let's see what it looks like over here. Right there. So you can see the pressure on that. You see that it's still, it was up a little bit, then down. It's down. It's gone into the weekly sell. We keep on thinking, okay, this is the sign for some bottoming in the metals complex. And in other words, it looks like a double top. Let's leave that there and let's go over to the gold, because the gold is down a little bit today. Right there. Or now I guess it's up for the day. And you can see it's trying to get into a daily sell. I believe this is a base. That's why we've put a box up there and labeled it as base. I think that it's going to try to take it higher. And I'd imagine if the dollar, as Mountain says, if they start selling the dollars, maybe they'll start buying the gold, There we are. All right. What else can we say about the gold? I guess that's, with the South African Rand basically getting stronger against the dollar, we keep on expecting to see a solid gold. And it is. Look at that base. It looks like a strong base being built. From there, we'll go over to silver. I know silver is underneath the daily sell number today, same as the gold, but it's trying to climb right back into that weekly buy number as we speak, right there. And it has been in a weekly buy or daily buy for a while. About 12 or 13 days, like the way gold has been in a daily buy for about 16 days. So. What else is there? Let's see. From there, we go over to the metals complex. Boy, we read a wild story. A wild story. Everything we say here about trying to understand the economy of China was in the. Here, let's show it to you. It really excited me. I was really happy to see. It doesn't make me look like the crazy all the time talking about the China issues, And then, let's see, where's it at? Right there. Oh, cool. I see it, Robin. Excellent. Let's see. Inbox. Here it is. Okay, here we go. We're going to put this up on there. Wait to see this. This is what a great story about China's economy. It's called Follow the Money. I say that here all the time, and I try to, point it out, but it makes it hard to, I say it, but I always feel bad because I feel like I'm beating China up, and I don't mean to do that. I don't want to beat China up per se. I mean, I'm not pro-communist at all, so I mean that's all right. But I mean, I'm trying to look at it on an economic term, and here it is: the writings on the Great Wall for a China crash. And it says, as the saying goes, if you want to know what's really going on, follow the money. That catchphrase doesn't just apply to foreign companies and investors backing out of China. Okay, we should say that again. The catchphrase doesn't just apply to foreign companies and investors backing out of China. It also applies to the Chinese economy. Okay. So, that's a pretty damning thing to say. No confidence in vote. It goes on and talks about the whole story. About the Evergreen, like we've talked about, and the other one, where's it at? Evergreen and the Garden one, the one that's falling apart that I keep on whining about. It's an $11 billion investment. Country Garden, here it is. There's the two. They talk about those two. That's the only way I can follow it. Evergrande and Country Garden, and so, we've talked about those. And last week, last Monday, they officially defaulted on a $15 million, not billion, not trillion, $1 million payment. Now, they have $11 billion in bonds, not $11 million in bonds, $11 billion in bonds. So how do you default on $15 million? I mean, how do you default? Imagine you have a house that's worth $1 million, and you have a payment of $150. That's about the same. It's about the same ratio. I think it's a $1,500 ratio, actually, to be exact. So you have $1 million house, and all you need to do is make a $1,500 payment, and you can't. Okay. Actually, it's even worse. Okay. You have a house that's worth $11 million. That's what it is. You have a house that's worth $11 million. $11 million your house is worth. And you have a $1,500 payment and you can't make it. And they let you have 30 days. And you still can't pay it. And it goes past what they call the grace period. So like 30 some odd days ago, now it's almost like 40 days ago now, that they were supposed to pay the $1,500 on their $11 million house, and they can't find $1,500. So it goes right up there with follow the money, thinking markets trying to go up today. Should we try buying calls on Qs? Well, the Qs closed in a daily buy. All right, I'm going to move away from that for a second, but I really find that to be fascinating, the Chinese situation. Let's go over and take a look at that. Where are we at here? Let's close that. There we are. Now let's open up Qs. Q. There we are. Oh yeah, look at that. Stock market's lifting up too. Okay. Let's go take a look at the Qs. There's the Qs. You see we closed in a daily buy yesterday. It's trying to stay up there right now. So we can throw that in there. Not many people ask about that, so there's no lines in there. There's your buy. It wasn't a sell for a bunch of days. It went into the sell right here. And then it went into the sell right there. And it went back into the buy right there for a day. There we are. And then went into the buy here. It was an interesting buy right there. I think that's the type of, I was looking at the charts this morning, and I was thinking in general, all of them. I was looking at all four stock indices. And here we are. We've been in a weekly sell. Let's tighten this up a little bit. We've been in a monthly sell. Yeah, weekly sell since right here, since the 375 area. So we've been in the weekly sell since up in here in the 370-ish area, and we've kind of fallen down at times, climbed back up, fallen down. But overall, it keeps on. It made a new low. There's a double. So it took out the lows of June of this year, right there. And now they're trying to lift them back up again. So the answer to your question is no. Unless you're going to do a bull spread. Because we're in a weekly sell. And so, that just means there's some short-term buying for a couple of days or, something like that. And maybe the weekly would change. We'll see. But right now, just like here, we did the same thing. We went into a buy, and we finally got a little pop out of it. It was really great. So you do a bull spread, call bull spread, yes. But naked long Qs, no. Because it might only last a day or two and then roll right over again. And as you said, 2 o'clock could be really wild and woolly. So, and it could be on the positive side, but I would only do a bull spread. I wouldn't do a naked long, just solely because we're in the weekly sell. And at the same time, you can see the fast and the slow algorithm on the weekly is still minus, and it's nice to see the daily is lifting up. So there's short-term buying going on. So that's my answer to that. Save. All right, and close. And as you can see here, on a short-term basis, intraday, we're lifting up. We've gone from the 10 to the 13.50. I went into the buy here at, let's see, what is that? That is 4,207, right? We've traded as high as 17 on that move, so that was pretty good. That's a 10-point move. That's pretty cool. And the same situation here. There's the, what is that, 05, 4205, and it ran up to the, is that 17 area again? Yeah. So, they're definitely buying them. They're definitely buying them. Do it as a bull spread, sure. Especially with something wild coming this afternoon. Pay cheap on a bull spread, or not cheap, but cheap is relative. So just buy a bull spread and go from there. At least you'll be into the position, and if it goes the wrong way, you turn it into like a trapezoid or something like that. All right. What else we got brewing here? And I know that I didn't see the ADP number, which came out about an hour ago now. But things have gotten very firm. So, and, you're spotting these big double top things. And, markets pay attention to this stuff. Let's put it this way. Money managers on mutual funds and hedge funds and retirement funds and all like that, they pay attention to these patterns, 200-day moving average and the whole bit. I keep on thinking the SPY is going to try to get back to its 200-day moving average, and the S&Ps themselves, and this is the S&Ps, which is right around, it's about 50 points away, I think. Let's go take a look and see. No, it's 110 points away. I'm just thinking that it gets up into the 49.50 area. That would be interesting. And we're trading now at 16, basically 15. So, I mean, I could see, what's that, 25? I could see 30 points easily on the upside here. Even more, maybe 30, 35 points. So, that news today could blow it up to that level. Could be very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right, now from there, where do we go from there? All right, we're really roaming around, which is fine with me. From there, let's go check out Oh, platinum. Let's just see what platinum's up to also. So in other words, we saw gold. Let's go through the metals again since we're going slow here. So we got gold here up for the day, playing with a sell and showing some real life, a base. I see a big base developing from it, just like you're talking about the double tops and triple tops. I guess you should take a look at it in gold and see if there's anything out there jumping out at you there. And then when we see the silver, there's the silver doing the same thing. It's trying to do that sell, but it's trying to climb back into the weekly buy. And so the South African rand, which is starting to slowly build some strength and gain against the dollar, might be signs of a change really occurring. And we keep on thinking the metals complex should get some life into it. And then what made me go to China was the copper. Copper is, there really, as I used as an example, imagine you had an $11 million house and you need $1,500 to pay the payment. I mean, you'd think you'd be able to find $1,500 when you have an $11 million house. I would think, at least in my head, I would think that you'd be able to do that. So, it's like, what did you do with the $11 billion? Can't you sell something off, rent an apartment, do something, Offer somebody a room in your $11 million house for the month. Get the $1,500. I mean, that's really where my head is at. That's what confuses me. I don't understand why that's going on. In other words, and so that whole article talks about follow the money. And it goes deeper into it. It talks about how, money is running away from China faster than you can shake a stick at it. So let's go over to the energies. Let's take a look at Canadian. We'll put it up on J4X here. J4X has the Canadian still up, holding firm, but today it's down just a tad. It's been running up, and that usually means that oil goes down in value. Now you can see here, overall, this is natural gas. We usually will put the crude oil. We'll do that in a second. But you can see right here, natural gas has been swinging wildly of late. Again, pointing in the same direction as Mountain is about the idea that something is going on and money is trying to figure out what to do about it. In other words, they're seeing double and triple tops. Now we go over to crude oil right here. You see crude oil is lifting up today, but it's still in a daily sell, and it's flirting with the weekly sell. And it's it's not $90 anymore. After, just at the beginning of at the end of last month, it's down in the 80s. So it's trading at 83.26. I mean, as much as everybody's nervous about the wars and all the battles and everything else going on, obviously the energy market. Oh, and I saw an interesting article at the same time talking about how the Russians were supposed to cut production and try to drive the price up, but it's not really working because they're not cutting the production. They're definitely selling as much as they can. So, and so that is when we look at the Canadian, you see this Canadian lifting up like that. That's why we see this pressure like that going down. Now we go over to where's that? We go over to Brent. That's West Texas Intermediate. So let's take a look at the Brent North Sea oil, and the only price difference really is transportation cost. So let's see. Let's find Brent, and that is the BZ. BZ. There it is, right there. And there's Brent. And let's go with. Let's see, where's it at? Right here. You see it's trying to lift, but it's been in the sell, lots of weakness there, and you can see, oh, okay, now the weekly is finally starting to turn up. Remember, we've been looking at now crude oil had turned up last week. See it right there, and rolled up, and now it's trying to roll over. So we'll see. This is our beta, and it's showing that. Now let's go over and just take a quick look again on how the beta is showing us with the crude oil. CL. CL. Let's see. CL. There it is right there. And so let's see how the weekly looks over there. Now the weekly over there never turned up, but it's turning up now. That's kind of interesting. We're starting to see that turn now. The old platform did it last week, but now it's trying to go into a sell. So I mean, it's real interesting there to see the energy sector. And as you can see, when we look at the J4X, you can see that the Canadian has been finding ways to go up, not down. Look at that. That's a very bearish sign when it comes to the energy sector. Let's see, from there, let's run over to, let's see, where's it at? Let's go to that stock in let's see, where is it at? Let's put it up on the screen here. In Spain, we'll go over to that Spanish energy company. And right there. 26.68 came down about 10 cents from yesterday. Not enough pressure on it yet, but you can see that the fast is trying to break down, and so is the slow. And then over here on Chicago Quant, the beta program that we have working on now. See, there it is right there. That same stock is looking right there, and you can see, it's. Let's see, where's it at? It's in a daily sell for 3 days. There it is right there. It's been pressured and came down from the 27 down to the 26, like 20 area, and then now you see it. Let's see, where's that mouse at? Let's do it this way. You see right there, 27, and came down. You see that pressure on it there, and then you can see the weekly is in the buy still. And so we'll see how they play that out. But the pressure is trying to build on it. It is the winter months coming up. People have to think about that. They have to think about the energy, the whole thing. But what we're really starting to see more than anything else is that the energy sector is obviously not being intimidated from world events at the moment. And I think, my answer to that whole thing yesterday was the reason why is everybody's pretty much in a lot of debt, like the way the Chinese are. Look how bad, I don't want to say it anymore. But when you have an $11 million house and you can't find a $1,500 way of paying the debt, $1,500 on an $11 million house, can't you just rent a room to somebody who wants to live in an $11 million house for 3 weeks? What's going on there? It just shows you what kind of, follow the money. And so, at this point in time, I would say that what the real story is that the countries that claim they want to tighten the oil market up can't really afford to do so. So in other words, they can't really cut back. They can only basically produce because they need the cash. It's like that $11 million house thing. At least they know to find a way to pay the bill, and if they want to talk about cutting production, they can talk about it all they want. But when you physically see the market dropping in price, not rising, it tells you they're not cutting production. Over time, it shows you that the production is still increasing. So, all right, traders, we're out of here. This was a happy hump day Wednesday. So this afternoon, the Fed, as Mountain said, keep an eye on the dollar at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, New York time. And we will go from there. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. That'll be tomorrow. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. All right, traders, be safe, be smart. We will catch you at the same time tomorrow. And thank you, Mountain, for all those things that give us a chance to look at, talk about, and try to analyze. Triple tops and triple bottoms. Ta-ta for now.